Thank you for joining me in this series on Sulphur Springs Facialist on questions you want to ask your esthetician before they touch your face. In the premiere video, I went over a list of questions, and now I'm going to explain why I think these questions are important. And a lot of this comes from my clients and what clients have wanted to know or have explained to me, and especially about their experiences at different facialists that they didn't know that they could ask questions. So this is Sulphur Springs Facialist on Broadway. I'm Jill Russell, your host. My clinic is Facial Therapy Center, situated in Broadway Square on Broadway Street in Sulphur Springs, Texas. So this is a series. We've had one show and one video already. We're going to address some other questions here. Is tipping or are gratuities expected? That is a big situation there, and big full question. And I could do a series on that, as a matter of fact, not just one whole video, but a series on that. In my clinic, Facial Therapy Center, it's more of a clinical and professional setting, and no, tipping is not expected, and it's actually not accepted. If anybody insists on leaving something, then that is a credit toward their next appointment, or I'll drop a product in their bag or something. There are places that checking out, if you're using a card and you put a tip on the card or a gratuity on the card, your debit or credit card, then the employer, if there is one, if it's a contractor or an employee working there, then that goes in their paycheck and the taxes are taken out of that. If you leave a gratuity in cash for the practitioner, a technologist, a technician, then that is their responsibility for reporting for taxes, because it is an income. So for the estheticians that are watching this, there's a little bit on that, and I'm going to do a whole segment on that because there is a bill before the House regarding that. And there have been several situations recently, and they were not with estheticians, but they're in the beauty industry. But it just seems like suddenly I was bombarded with a lot of these situations that people were telling me about. I was like, well, I don't accept tipping or tips or gratuities. So, I guess they feel free to talk to me about it. But there have been places that when they were going to be checking out, and automatically, like when somebody uses a card on mine, because I go through Square, and that's the point of sale processor, it will say tips, and it will do 10, I don't know what it says, 10, 15, 20% other amount or that sort of thing. But there's also at the bottom, it's no tipping. And I just always hit that button before I hand it to the client that's checking out to sign, because we don't do tipping. But there have been situations where the client or the customer was told that no, that is not enough tip, it needs to be more. And we're talking about a lot more. That's just a little, supposed to be a thank you gift. The thank you gift still has to be taxed. And I don't know why the prices don't have that built in if the employer is saying that that is not enough tip. So that is up to you. And do not be afraid to ask up front before you ever even go in. So that way, if they will only take cash tips, or if you just have a certain amount that you've allotted to that treatment, you need to add that in with it of what you're expecting to pay. At my clinic, if it's this price, that's it. You pay that price and you leave, and then you reschedule and come back. Why should I pay upon scheduling the appointment? A lot of us have the online scheduling now. When I first started out, it was like, I am not doing that. I want to talk to everybody up front and want them to call me. And well, it's just a lot simpler. Now, all of my treatments are custom. We all have different skin conditions and skin types. So I am not one of those places where this is what we use only on everyone who comes in, revolving door, and everybody gets these 3 products, or if you get this package, you get these 5 products with it. It's all custom. And my prices are based on or results driven. It is easy when someone is scheduling online, especially when they've been there before, to you can pay up front, credit card on file, and then also if somebody has paid for it, they're not going to just forget and be a no-show, because there is a penalty for that. In most cases, there is in mine, that there's a late cancellation fee. However, there are always exceptions if there are true emergencies. And then checking out, it's just a lot easier. You've had your facial, you've paid for it. And when I'm checking you out, I just click yes, pay on the credit card that you have on file. I have no idea what the credit card or the debit card number is. That has gone through a secure system with the point of sale processor that I use, which is Square. What if there is an emergency or an unexpected cancellation? Well, unexpected and emergency, of course, you're not going to be charged in my place of business. Should I arrive without foundation or eye makeup on? Yes, please do. Because each appointment, there's a certain allotted time for each appointment. And if you come in and you have a lot of eye makeup on, and if you have foundation on, then there has to be a removal of that first. That takes time. And especially if there's mascara and eyeliner. I've had people come in and say, just don't touch my eyes, I've got my eye makeup on. Well, that's a part of the facial, and it's hard to do a facial treatment around and not mess up the eye makeup. Let me know ahead of time if you've got eye makeup coming in with eye makeup on and don't want it removed. But just like with the intake forms that you fill out at home, you print out and fill out at home and bring in, why spend your time filling out forms? Why spend your time with me having to remove the makeup when we can be doing the facial treatment and not skip a step or leave a mask on for a shorter period of time or something like that because we've had to spend the time removing makeup. So yes, come in without makeup on. But please don't scrub your face first before you come in. Please, please don't. Just take your makeup off and don't use those wipes. It's not good for you. Not good for your skin at all. May I sleep during the treatment? Oh my goodness, yes. I've got a sign up there that the client can see when you come in that snoring is allowed. Absolutely. When I go for facial treatment, yes, I want to sleep. I want the longest one that is available, and I want to sleep. I'm pretty sure I know what you're doing, and I want to sleep, and I don't want to chit chat. If you're telling me something important about my face, then that's one thing. But yes, I want to sleep. I do have clients that want to know everything. And I ask a first time client, and the first time, a couple of times the client comes in, will say, do you want me to tell you everything that I am doing, or just when I make a change? If it's like, okay, we're going to clean your face now, or towels are going on your face now, or a mask is going on, or do you want me to turn the table massager on now during the mask? Or do you want to just sleep? And I get all of the above answers. And sometimes some people want to know exactly what I'm doing. And if that's what I'm there for, to inform and educate and to let you, the client, know what's happening with your face, because you're trusting me with your face, with your eyes closed, and I'm there with, what is it? Yeah, sharp pointed instruments by your face. You're trusting me. And yes, I'm going to let you know what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, unless you just want to sleep and don't care. What if I decide I want an added modality during the treatment? If you come in and say, oh, can you remove this hair or this hair, the chin hair, or wax? Me, I'm not doing waxing anymore. But if an extra mask or an LED treatment or a gua sha or working meridians or high frequency, any of these little things, most of them, since it's all custom, it's custom designed, I may use any or all of the above during the treatment. But if you're wanting something extra and add it on, that needs to be decided beforehand, even before you get on the table. Before you come in would help, except if it's your first or second time coming in, you don't know what you want. I don't know what you need. So we need to discuss all of that. And if you ask for it, then I will let you know. Well, now, if you wanted that, and if you wanted the sheet mask at the end, there is an upcharge for that. But I'm using serums and moisturizers, and you're going to leave with a very good facial. That's just an example. When I was doing the superfluous hair removal with waxing or grooming eyebrows or something, now I will take and remove, maybe pull one or two stray hairs that are out. I'm not cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching charging for all of that. But if it is like a total or eyebrow groom, total removal here or eyebrow groom, then yes, that is an upcharge. So that's not part of the facial treatment. What if I'm claustrophobic? Now, this is a really broad category. There are people that are claustrophobic. We can just, let's just start with claustrophobic, don't want to be in the room with the doors closed. So of course we will leave the doors open, meaning the treatment room doors, not the doors to the outside. I can't do that. That would not really be a safety or hygienic situation. Then there are those that with towels on their face, even eyes are covered, nose you can breathe through it, but usually the lips and mouth. People will let me know, just don't cover my lips and or any of my nose. That's fine. Or just usually you're still going to be able to breathe, not covering your nostrils. Or nothing on my neck. No towels on my neck. Or when we use, like I've got an oxygen dome, it's a clear oxygen dome and it comes out about this far. Some people cannot be in that, even though open your eyes, you can see out. That's another form where claustrophobia comes into play. And then also the LED, which I call it a little carport. That's what it looks like. It's carport over the face and goes down the sides here. That's another form of claustrophobia. There is also a claustrophobia where someone does not want to be touched. Most of the clients want to be touched, and including people that are undergoing oncology treatments. They want to be touched, but there are people that do not want their skin touched. And yes, I have had clients like that. And so what we do, we just kind of work our way around it and through it. And I will guide them. They can touch their face. And I think in every situation that I can remember right now, then it's ended up that I was allowed to touch their face. So that's another type of claustrophobia. Like I said, I could do an entire show on claustrophobia, and it's a real thing, and I respect it. I also do iontophoresis, which that's a big heavy mask. It's electric that covers the face, and a heat dome goes over. There's a hole that you could see through, of course, breathe through, to at the beginning of it also. And there are clients that can't have that, and I respect it. May I shave, wax, tweeze, use depilatories or other superfluous hair removal techniques before my appointment? No, because what you're doing, if you're pulling this out, or you're cutting it off, or you're using a chemical that will melt it, that is affecting your skin. It's almost like a chemical peel if you use a depilatory. So for best results, because you're going to be getting, when you go to a professional, you're going to be getting an extreme treatment on your skin. And so damaging it first, just think you wouldn't want to do it if you had a sunburn or something either. So no, please don't. Refrain from it. And I know there will be that wild thing that will come out overnight. Leave it there. Thank you for joining me on Sulphur Springs Facialist. It's my pleasure to be able to bring this series to you on the questions you want to ask your esthetician before they touch your face. It's an honor to hold this license. I'm also an educator, a licensed esthetician instructor, and I take aesthetics seriously. I take my position in the world seriously. I take my job seriously, and respect my clients. So you joining me on this journey and on this channel is very much appreciated, no matter where you are in the world and watching this. If you've got questions, put them in the comments. Surely I'll be able to see them, and I can respond to you or get back with if I don't know the answer, someone that I can refer you to, excuse me, that would know the answer. This is a series here with the questions. And I believe there's going to be one more video after this in this series. So liking this if you liked it, which I hope you did, and subscribing. And that way, if you subscribe, then it's easier to find my channel and the next video that comes along. There's a little bell, a notification bell that you can click on also, that you'll be notified when a new video is on this channel. And questions in the comments. I would love to see those. I would be very interested. And I want to know what you, as the consumer, have for questions that maybe we're not addressing.